Hello everyone, I am Sacred and I heartily welcome to you all to another Spotlight in the House of Ireland 4. Today I can proclaim myself to be the first one to spotlight this great mod called Pax Britannica. It came out just 3 days ago, got an update 2 days ago. And well, it's how you can, think already about the British Empire. Let's see, Pax Britannica, were you to read the British press today, you would learn that the British Empire never forgets its defeats. The year is 1936, and once more the world stands at the brink of war. For centuries, the British Empire has dominated the planet from London. She rules dominions from the Americas to the furthest reaches of the Asia Pacific. All is not well in the world, however. The First Great War has shattered Europe, bringing the continent's mighty empires to their knees in the trenches of France. Though the Entente would eventually defeat the Germans, it would come at a terrible, terrible cost. In the years since the war, the world has come to an uneasy peace after the revolutions of the interwar period. Germany, having been defeated, collapsed into an ideological civil war not long after their defeat. Austria has fallen to the clutches of the ultranationalist Vaterland Front, seeking to restore the might and honor of the fallen Central Powers. As time creeps forward, it has become apparent to many that a last final showdown will soon come, and the Second Great War is on the horizon. Will the British be able to protect the light of European democracy? Will the Austrians be able to reclaim their national honor? Will the bickering German states finally take up arms for reunification? Nothing can be said for sure, only that the Pax Britannica is about to come to a screeching halt. Let's see, welcome to Pax Britannica, an alternative story mod for Hearts of Iron 4. This mod takes place in the aftermath of a failed American Revolution and the effect this has on the next century. With the British Empire having never lost their holdings in the Americas, the world has become quite a different place. This mod intends to create a unique, interesting alternative story scenario for both online and offline play. Now, please be aware that this is the foundation build of the mod and is therefore very bare bones and potentially unstable. We are constantly working on improving and catching known issues as they arise. So yes, saying that this mod is currently in version 0.02, so it's in a really extreme early alpha, you could say. But nevertheless, it looks to be great. Still, a lot of things are missing, but it's already in the playable stage, I can tell you that, so be sure to check it out. Also, it has a really huge custom description, so a great shout out to the 8 developers. Yes, you heard correct, 8 developers. This mod, wasn't created by just one mod. 8 different people. You can see these ones here. Idaho, Obrist Chapels, Moose Darkstar, this one, New Grestin, 50 Nifty, LV, and Jerome Static worked on this mod. So it's a huge, huge project, we can see already. Let's see, currently it got new additions, it has a new generic focus tree and new ideologies, new events for ideologies, changes, new nations, planned additions, focus trees for all major minor nations, new events, new advisors, new mechanics, upcoming additions, focus trees and events for the United Kingdom, Canada, Ireland, and American Dominion, bug fixes and general cleanup. Known issues, a significant number of advisors are bugged and need to be fixed, other potentially unforeseeable bugs. Yep, you can see here these 8 contributors, and you can also join their Discord. Want to join the team? How about tell us how historically inaccurate the life was our Hitler Sid? You can do both on the Pax Britannica public Discord. Let's see, this is the custom loading screen of the mod. It says 0.01 here, but it's actually 0.02 right now. This is how Europe looks. We're gonna take a look how the countries look like in the game closely and how strong they are. Well, I'm sure the Americans won't like this since look at that. The USA is no more. There is a Dominion of America, a King of Louisiana, a Lakota Confederation, Tacoma, and then the Mexican Empire controls large chunks of the today America. So, if you are an American, I urge you to take revenge on these British, to proclaim your independence, and to, establish the new United States of America. That's also a challenge you can do here. Whatever happens, we have got the Maxim gun and they have not, said Hilaire Belloc. Well, alright, there we go. For King and Country, version 0.02, the sun never sets. Let's see. We can only select one scenario. It is the 1st of January 1936. Pax Britannica, the year is 1936, and once more the world stands on the edge of war. The Österreich, birthed from the post-war resentment of their defeat, has swallowed much of the Balkans. The provisional Weimar government in Germany collapsed along ideological lines. The states of the Italian peninsula stand at the crossroads. Even the East, with the princes of India fledgling Chinese democracy, seems poised to dive once more into the darkness. A single spark may be all it takes. Alright, a single spark may be all it takes. In this game we have 8 majors, 7, being France. All of them have their own custom description, so you can... France. You have France. I'm not sure if I should read all of them out one by one. It would take quite a while. You can just check them out by yourself. You can pause at each of one if you want. Well, let's go. We have France, being social democratic, led by Leon Blum. Although they never have elections, that's quite interesting. We have the UK, being led by a conservative government. Yeah, elections never. Led by Frederick Edwin Smith. We have the Dominion of Canada, also conservative, led by Robert James Madison. We have Österreich, and they are ultra-nationalist, led by Engelbert Dollfuss, by the party DNSAP. We have the Republic of China, led by Liao Zhongkai, also being social democratic. Then we have the Russian government, being led by Alexander Kolchak, being authoritarian. Now we have Japan, being led by the National Diet, and they are also authoritarian. Well, let's take a look first to the European theater outside. Yes, to the European theater, let's just pick the UK and see. Well, the UK is, I think, the strongest nation in this game. The strongest nation in this game. Well, they may only have 61 factories, but they have a huge empire covering the Dominion of Ireland. So Ireland is still under British rule. Britain controls the Dominion of Ireland, Oceania, Dominion of Canada. Let's see, Oceania. Oh yeah, so New Zealand and Austria are actually united as one country. Well, that's quite interesting. Then we have the Dominion of Canada being a Dominion of the British Empire. Also, yeah, the Dominion being conservative. Then we have well, Canada controls also Alaska, so that's a little tiny addition to the Canadian lands. Not so much though. Then we have South Africa. South Africa here, controlling quite a bit of small chunk. But they have the history of segregation, so not good for them. Then we have the Dominion of Jordano-Palestine. Jordano-Palestine here, being a direct British Dominion. Then we have British Malaya as an integrated puppet, so they are even integrated, how we can see there. British Malaya. And then we have last but not least the Dominion of America. That's the biggest one. The Dominion of what just happened? I think the Dominion of America. There we go. Well, the Dominion of America lost most of its civilian factories. They only have 14, so they are nowhere stronger than even Canada. So America really lacks. So America completely, well, the industrialization didn't happen. In America, it didn't happen in this mod. That's why they only have 14. Normally they should have like 80, but now they just have 14. So playing as America and breaking independence will be a tough challenge. It will be a tough challenge. But yeah, you could conquer the Lakota Confederation, Tacoma, and then also wage war against the Mexican Empire. So there's quite a bit to play, to say the least. A Dominion of America. Yep. And that's about the United Kingdom. Let's take a look to, well, you saw how strong its puppets were. Not really that strong. Canada has in total 27 factories, America has 39, but most of them being actually naval dockyards, I don't know why. Then we have Malaya, South Africa, here 10 factories, Oceania 20. Let's take a look to Europe. Ireland is, how you know, yes, a dominion of the British Empire. Let's take a look to France, to one of the winner nations in the heart of the Great War. So France is, how I said, social democratic. They have 5 subjects. So they have the Kingdom of Louisiana as a dominion, the Danish Republic as a puppet, the French Africa as a colony, French India as a colony, and French Indochina as a colony. Let's take a look. France has just 44 factories. The Rhenish Republic has 11. You can see they controlled part of the Rhine. So France, the dream of France to dismantle Germany really just happened. French Africa, so it exists with a own army, but they just have 3 factories. So yeah, good luck playing as them. You can perhaps break independent, but don't expect to be strong with just 3 factories. Yeah. Do they have any resources? Not really. Okay, some steel there, but some rubber there, and that's it. It's not really that much. To trade with. Then, oh wait, the domain of Egypt Sugan is also a part of the UK. I forgot to cover that. Well, they just have 3 factories. They are so huge, but they just have 3 factories. Anyways, we were on France. France has also French India with 2 factories. Yeah, and then they have French Indochina with 2 factories. But at least the French Indochina has somewhat of, decent resources available. That's about the French Empire. And then let's cover the Russian government. The Russian government has 52 factories and a decent army, but they, well, lost parts of Finland. They have to deal with an independent Ukraine. They have Transcaucasia there, then the Scythian Confederation there, the Grand Duchy of Chorasmia, and the Dushanbe Caliphate, and Xinjiang. And the Mongolian SFSFR also being communist there. Well, communism in this mod really couldn't get its power. We can see, like, communist states, it's a thing called Orcatists. There are just 2 really communist states and 3 more socialist states. So, yeah, communism is problematic here, how we can see clearly. Let's take a look at Europe. Germany is completely dismantled. There are in total 5 German nations. There's Greater Prussia. Then we have the Kingdom of Westphalia, we have the Bavarian Socialist Republic, and the Rhenish Republic. The strongest one factory-wise is the Kingdom of Westphalia. But they have a small army, so as Greater Prussia you could easily out-conquer them within the first month. I think with your superior army, but you have to be quick, or otherwise they'll just, build the army up. And we have the Bavarian Socialist Republic, also the Rhenish Republic, there I said already. We can play as one of those and try to form the, well, German Empire. Of course, then we have Österreich with 42 factories and, well, a somewhat decent army of 160,000. Well, they also have one subject, being the Reichskommissariat Romania. I don't know why, but they are a direct subject of Austria. Then there's an independent Czech state with, well, an army of just 130,000 men. Then we have Italy is completely divided into the Sardinian League. The Sardinian League is also ultra-nationalist. Then we have the Papal State. The Papal State is conservative, alright. And then we have the Sicilian People Union, and they are actually communist. Well, the Balkans are just a mess. We have Bosnia, military Croatia, Serbia, the Republic of Albania, the Bulgarian state, and Greece there. Each of them being quite weak, to say the least. Turkey exists with 15 factories, but they are also ultra-nationalist, so a potential ally for the Ottomans, I mean for the Austrians. The Middle East, well, we have the United Arab Kingdoms, but they just have 5 factories, but they have quite a bit of resources, I think. There's just some oil, it's just a little bit of oil. Yeah, so easy for the Turks to conquer that if you want to play as Turkey. And then over there we have Transcaucasia, Kingdom of Iran, Ukrainian Republic, and Poland exists. But they lost the Polish corridor, so they lost Poznan and Danzig. The Polish army is actually way stronger than the Prussian one, so keep that in mind. Yeah. Who else? We have USASR. They're also socialist. They are the leader of the Socialist International. They are a minor power with 27 factories and, well, a really small army, but they can expand quickly with their factories. They have Gran Colombia, military Bolivia, Argentine Compact, and Integralist Peru. Yeah, so if you look to the factions, we have the Commonwealth Pacts. So just the members of the British Empire are also a member of the Commonwealth Pacts. Then we have the Socialist International, and we have the Tripartite Pact. Yeah. So we have 3 major factions here. So the Middle East is really divided. Also, the same goes for Asia. India is completely divided. Oh, actually, Portugal holds part of India there. They hold the Portuguese. Well, they are quite big. They control large chunks of Africa. Then also they control large chunks of India. They have colonies here. They have colonies there. So quite a big nation there. Yeah, India is really split up into, let's see how many different dominions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 6. We have Bihar, Kingdom of Delhi, Bengal, Burma, and then French India and the Portuguese Republic. And also the Kingdom of Afghanistan, they are controlling the nation of Peshawar. Yeah. And then we have a strong Chinese nation, so if you want to play as China, that's your call. I think the Chinese civil war is going to happen, but the mod isn't so developed yet, so you can safely play as China without having to fear the Chinese civil war. Then we have Japan, but Japan is compared quite weak to China. They just have 51 factories, 51, while China has 60 and 4. The Chinese army is quite strong with 276,000. Actually, the Japanese one is currently stronger than the Chinese one. And Japan has the Japanese Korea and the Japanese Philippines as their direct dominion. How you can see there. Yeah. Japan may assemble its forces to strike against the Republic of China. Who knows? Who knows that? If so, the war will be a long and bloody war, I can tell you that. Alright, that's about it. Yeah, so, well, I'm going to finish the spotlight a bit earlier here, but I'm gonna make a poll and you can decide on the second episode, which will happen, but you can decide if I should either play as the UK, to play as the Dominion of America and trying to break out and trying to form the USA. Let me actually note this. First UK, second USA. What else? Or should I play as Greater Prussia? Yes, I'm sure you all would like me to see. If I pick the German nation, I'm sure you would want me to pick Greater Prussia, won't you? I mean, they just have 17 million core population, so I'll just say, or if I should play as one German nation, or to play as one German nation, or as one German nation in the next episode, or if I should play as France and the restored French Empire, or playing as France, or if I should play as the Russian Governorate in the next episode, and if I should well, with Russia we would have very much fun because I could fight against so many different countries there, or if I should play as the as Russia and restore the Russian imperial borders. Yeah. Alright, so you can choose to play with one of these countries. I'm also gonna make a second poll with the ideology to pick, so it will either be, well, let's see, authoritarian. The first choice will be authoritarian. The second choice will be ultra-nationalists. Ultra-nationalist. And the third choice will, let's see, how good is monarchism? Monarchism is, yeah. Or if I should be a monarchist, or monarchists. Well, conservative are boring ones, but still, yeah, because we can't do war, so no, not that. Or if I should be, what was that? What do we have? Oh yeah, the countess, or what's that called? Auctarchism, or just what's the difference of socialist and auctarchist? Does somebody know auctarchist? I have no idea. Oh yeah, socialist countries can't declare war, so no. Or if I should be auctarchist, or how is it spelled? Autarchist, autarchist. Alright, so thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for a second episode. You can decide in the poll. Please be sure to vote. And goodbye, I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye and have a nice day. Stay safe and sound, and please be sure to check out my other content as well. Goodbye.